The 8-Minute Devotion is on a 12-week break for the summer. We'll be back with brand new episodes on September 9th. Until then, enjoy this episode from our classic I Am series, first recorded back in 2019. God bless and have a great summer.
Hello, and welcome back to the 8-Minute Devotion, our Tuesday episode, as we are talking about Jesus as the great I Am. We're looking at the 7 I Ams of Jesus in the Gospel of John. And, later this week, tomorrow, we're going to start looking at the second of these 7, Jesus as the light of the world. But before we do that, of course, we just finished looking at Jesus as the bread of life. But before we do that, I want to talk about this concept of I am some more today. What does it mean when Jesus says, I am, in general? Well, let me ask you a question. What came first in our universe? What came first in human existence and the existence of the universe? Of course, many scientists, they'll tell us that it all started with evolution, that man evolved from a monkey, the monkey evolved from another mammal, the mammal evolved from the reptile or the amphibian, and on and on. This was the process of evolution. But you say, well, what started the evolution? How did the life exist? How did the universe exist? And many scientists will point to the Big Bang. The Big Bang just exploded, and when those gases expanded, it caused rapid expansion and created the universe. And you say, well, why did that happen? Why was there a Big Bang? And they'll say, well, it's all a matter of light and gravity. The way that light and gravity interact, that created the explosion, that created the expansion, all because of the laws of the universe, the laws that govern light, the laws that govern gravity. And there might be a couple others that they say are integral to the Big Bang that I'm missing. But they'll say, well, it's all because of the laws of the universe, the light and the gravity interacted. This is what happened. But then my question for you becomes, what created the light and the gravity? What created the rules of the universe? You see, the one question that no scientist can answer, no matter how convincing their models are, no matter how many fossils they claim to find, no matter how far back their telescopes they say can look into the past, no matter what they try to explain, they don't have any answer for the first cause. They have absolutely zero answer for why the law of gravity had to be there, for why light had to travel at the speed of light, for why there were all these laws interacting. Even if you believe in the Big Bang, you have to ask the question, what made the Big Bang bang? What caused the elements to be there? What caused the laws to be there? And science has zero answer for those questions. It's impossible for them to answer. You see, there has to be a first cause. And as Christians and as believers, of course, we know the first cause. We know the first cause. And we don't have to believe the Big Bang. We don't believe in evolution. But even if you granted the scientists these things, you still would have to say there must be a first cause. As believers, we know the first cause, and that is God. That is the Lord. That is the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Jesus, the great I Am, was the first cause. In John 8, Jesus was talking with some of the Jewish leaders, some of the religious leaders, and, they were giving him a hard time. This is right after Jesus said, I'm the light of the world, which we're going to start looking at tomorrow. Jesus, was healing people, and the religious leaders, they were giving him all sorts of trouble, asking him by whose authority you do these things. Jesus said something striking in John 8 and verse 58. This is what Jesus said to them. Jesus said to them, truly, truly, I say to you, before Abraham was, I am. Jesus makes that statement. Before Abraham was, I am. Jesus shocked the Jews. Jesus shocked the Jewish people by declaring that he came before Abraham and was thus greater than Abraham. This was an absolutely revolutionary statement. When Jesus said that, when Jesus told the Jewish leaders and the people that before Abraham was, I am, they actually tried to stone him after this. They tried to kill him for making a statement they considered so blasphemous, they considered so outrageous. But of course, Jesus passed right through their midst. You see, the Jews revered Abraham more than any other man. He was the father of their nation. He was a great man. He is the father of our faith. But for Jesus to say, before Abraham, I am. Before Abraham, I was. It showed the Jews that he is not just calling himself a great teacher. He's not just saying that he's wiser than us. He's not just saying that he's better than us. He's saying he's better and greater than Abraham, the father of our faith, the one that God chose. This is outrageous. We need to stone him. We need to kill him. But of course, the reason Jesus could say this without any fear of contradiction, the reason Jesus could say this and not be arrogant and not be foolish, the reason Jesus could say it was because in his case, it was absolutely true. Jesus truly was before Abraham. Jesus truly is the first cause, the great cause of all things. You know, the Greek phrase for all of these I ams, all of the 7 I ams, is ego eimi. Ego eimi. And, you know, that ego, of course, means I. We get our English word ego, you know, talking about the id, the inner personality, the I. And eimi is the state of being in Greek. So, you know, ego eimi, when Jesus said I am, it could also be translated I exist. It's a statement of self-sufficiency. It's a statement of being the first cause that Jesus was God. He was always with God. He needed no one else to justify his existence before Abraham, before Adam, before Moses, before Noah. Jesus was, Jesus is, Jesus always will be. You know, as the eternally existent I am, Jesus was the one who spoke light into the world back into Genesis. Jesus could say, I am. So whenever you're thinking, why am I here on the earth? What's the purpose of my existence? What's the purpose of everything I see around me? What's the purpose of the people I see around me? Why are there stars? Why is there a moon? Why? Whenever you get to these existential questions, what's the meaning of it all? Why am I here? How was it all caused? Always remind yourself, Jesus said, I am. Jesus said, I am. And before Abraham, I am. Jesus, as well, of course, as the Father and the Holy Spirit, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, they are the first cause. God is the originator of all, the eternally existent one. And Jesus was not afraid. Jesus did not shy away from making such revolutionary statements. He boldly proclaimed, I am, I exist, I am the first cause. So this was shocking to the Jews, but it helped them to see that this man who's talking to you, this man who's going to make these following declarations, he's no mere man. He's not just a man. He is the Son of God. He is the eternal one. He is the creator. Let's praise Jesus. Let's worship Jesus. Let's esteem him. And even as we continue looking at these I ams, let's realize the amazing God that we serve, the first cause of all things. Thank you for listening. We'll be back tomorrow on the 8-Minute Devotion.
Thank you for listening to the 8-Minute Devotion. We trust you've been encouraged and blessed today. Please subscribe to the podcast on iTunes or by visiting the8minutedevotion.podbean.com. For questions or comments, please email us at the8minutedevotion@gmail.com or visit our Facebook page. We would love to hear from you.